Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this bright morning? Well, of course, it's still dark outside, as you can see here. I promised you I would do the pumpkin pancakes. I was going to wait until tomorrow, but no, I got itchy to do them today, so I thought I'm going to do them today. I normally have cereal this morning, but I can have cereal tomorrow. There's my sweetie. And I'm sorry, sweetie, that Rusty died, but, you know, it was inevitable. I knew it was going to happen. So did he die in his sleep? Because I saw that on Facebook this morning, and Erlene had told me about it, and you're welcome. I saw it when Erlene mentioned it to me. Oh, he died. Yeah, well, it's best that it happened the way it did. You didn't have to have him put down that way. Now, what are you going? How are you going to dispose of him? What are you going to do with him? Have you figured out yet? So, for those coming in here right now. My daughter, Laura, just lost her terrier this morning. He was not doing very well, and she said he was going to end up dying on her, and he did. He died when we were taking Sean to work. Oh, it's a shame. So you know what it's like to lose animals, but, you know, it was inevitable. He was getting old, and you know, it's the, you know, that's the way it goes, you know. Cremated, yeah, that would probably take them to the APA, and they can do that. No, it's not me. No, my daughter. It was my daughter. She lost her dog. I didn't lose. I've still got my 3 dogs. My daughter, she lost her dog this morning. She had a terrier. His name was Rusty. He was 8 years old, and he's passed away this morning. So she's a little disheartened, but she knew it was going to happen. The only thing I'm concerned about is her sons. The oldest one, the 13-year-old. He's going to take it the hardest. She's doing great. The last 2 nights she slept in the bed. I carried her into the bed, and she stayed in the dog bed all night next to my bed. And right now she's up in my chair. I got out of my chair. She jumped in my chair because she knows it's coming out here. So she'll lay in my chair when I'm not in it. So she's doing absolutely fine, and she needs a lot, to put a little weight in her legs. If people have watched the dog walk, you can see that her legs are awful thin. They're nothing but bone. So I'm real careful when I walk her. I walk her slow, and if she stops and can't walk, I'll pick her up and carry her for a little bit. It's the way she was treated. It's the way she was treated. And I never treat them that way. I don't crate them. Yes, she does. She stays in the bed all night, and you don't even hear her. She starts snoring, and when a Buttercup needs to go out, Carmen wants to go out too, Sydney stays right in the bed and sleeps. She doesn't even need to go out. She didn't go out until she got up. So, in fact, she hasn't been out there yet. I tried to coax her outside, and she didn't have to go. So when she has to go, she'll go. But anyway, I wanted to do these pumpkin pancakes because they are very, very good. And I've got my pan on right now trying to heat up because I want to make sure it gets good and hot. Because when you do these things, you got to have your pan really hot. So, and I haven't put the oil in there yet because I want to wait for that. But I'm going to get these started. I think I'm going to put that down just a little bit so you can see my bowl. And right I got in here is a cup and a quarter of all-purpose flour. Now I'm going to put in, they call for 3 tablespoons of white sugar. Well, everybody knows I don't use refined sugar. I use your Morena, your cane sugar. So I'll put 3 tablespoons of cane sugar in here. That makes it healthier, actually. It's a lot healthier than if you use white sugar, refined sugar. And I've got my olive oil out to put into my skillet when I want to get it started. All right, now. And I need a tablespoon of baking powder. And then I'm going to mix these together. And everybody knows I use the non-aluminum baking powder that you get from... because when you stop and think about it, aluminum is not good in your body. You shouldn't be putting aluminum in there. So I got this off of Amazon. It has no aluminum in it, and the baking... yes, you're right. I'm going to put this back, and I'll be right back. One out, Buttercup. Go. Go on. Go. Now. My dog, Buttercup, she wants to be in here, see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my whisk. I think I got my, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna, I think they said just to use the, okay, salt, add the sugar, baking powder, and salt, and mix together. Okay. My salt calls for 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. And I'll just use a 1/4 teaspoon. I think I got one in here. That's the 1/4, I believe. Yeah, that's the 1/4. I'll just use this. 1/4, or is that a half? It's hard to see these sometimes, though. That's 1/4. It's real small. I can tell my pan's getting hot. There we go. So, there, I'll do that. Now I'm going to mix these together. I'll just take my whisk and kind of whisk it together. It's a little bit easier sometimes if you do it that way. Get everything all mixed together. And this is, if you don't wonder what this bowl is, this is the batter bowl from Pampered Chef. This is an awesome batter bowl. All right, now pour in the soy milk and then add the oil. Well, I'm not going to use soy milk. I'm going to use almond milk because that's what they said you can do if you want to. So let me get it out. I don't like to get it out ahead of time because I don't want anything happening, so I wait. All right, now let's see how much almond milk I need. 3/4 of a cup. Okay. Sorry for that. Somebody came on Periscope that I don't usually watch anyway, so okay, there we go. 1/4 of a cup of that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my milk back. Okay. Now, let me follow my directions here. Pour in, and then add the oil, pumpkin pie spice, and pumpkin puree, and whisk to the mix properly. Okay. I can add my oil. This is a tablespoon of oil. I can add this or coconut oil. I'll just add this. I don't think it really matters much. Okay, add that. Now, then add, let's see, pumpkin pie spice and pumpkin puree and whisk to mix properly and remove lumps. Okay, pumpkin pie spice and I know how much the, okay, 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Okay, let's get that here. That's a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. All right. I can't find my my regular teaspoons. The adjustable one. I don't know. It must be down in here. Let me see if I can get it down here. It's a lot easier to use one of these. I think I found one. They're a lot easier to use these. Yeah, I found one. I just got to get to it. I just haven't put my clean dishes in that away yet. Okay. All right. It's easy to use this. 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. I did get it out. I thought, no, I was looking for my pumpkin pie spice and couldn't find it. That's right, I never did find it. Well, we'll see what I can, I'm going to go over here and look again. I knew there was something I was supposed to look for, and I looked for it before earlier and I couldn't find it. Maybe I can adjust something. And this is horrible when you're trying to look for something real quick and you can't find it. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I did find some pumpkin pie spice and I set it out. I had a container of it, I thought, that I set out and I didn't bring it over here. I'm so disorganized this morning, I tell you. It really is a shame. I'm so disorganized. I don't know where my pumpkin pie spice went. I had it sitting here and now I can't find it. Let me keep on looking for it. I had a whole thing, a big thing of pumpkin pie spice, and I don't know where I set it. Maybe I put it here. No, that's chili powder. I don't want to use chili powder. That's for darn sure. Or maybe I put it back. Could be I may have put it back in here. Could knowing me, I probably did. I probably put it back. If you guys happen to see it, let me know. Yeah, here it is. I put it back up in my cupboard. Okay. Now it says 1 1/2 teaspoons. Okay. Sorry about that, but I did find it. There's one. That's right. I set it up here because I don't have room for it over there. Okay. Now I'm going to whisk this all together. I do believe I've got everything in here now. And pumpkin puree. And pumpkin puree. I've got to get that yet. 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree. We got that's important. We got to have the pumpkin puree. Can't go without that because that's the main ingredient in these pancakes. Thank you to everybody coming in, and thank you for sharing this out. Thank you for just being here. My daughter can use all the comfort and support that she can this morning since she lost her dog. I know what it is to lose a dog. You know, it happens. We lose animals. They don't live forever. You know, we lose them. Okay, now I'm going to whisk this. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to whisk. The reason I'm whisking this is to get rid of the lumps. When you whisk it, you get rid of the lumps. It's a lot easier than with a spoon. You can't. And it says to take about 1/4 cup of batter and put into your pan. Now I know my skillet's going to be nice and hot because I can tell it is. Because you got to get your pan really hot for these pancakes because that's the only way that they'll really bubble up. And I'm using the 10-inch skillet. As you can see, I'm doing everything I can to get all these lumps out of here. And this is a whisk from Pampered Chef. If you want to know about it, it's a real good whisk. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to get 1/4 cup. I'll just use one of these, one of my stackable ones, and just put it in there with that. That way I don't get too much. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this down too. Well, I don't eat meat. No, I don't eat meat. People that know me know I'm vegan. I don't eat meat. Sorry, but no. This should be hot enough, I think. Should start sizzling. It doesn't want to sizzle too well. There we go. And I'll just flatten them out a little bit because I don't want them too. It says about 1/4 cup. And that's why I'm using this. I figured I can use my leveler and level it off so I don't get too much. I can put 2 in here at a time. It's not going to come out very easily, but I'll just take my spoon to get them out. I'll just flatten them out. Yeah, they're starting to sizzle. They're starting to sizzle. Oh no. Oh great. It's not anything I'm doing. It's Periscope. They've been having problems lately. They need to. It seems like they just updated it too, and every time they update it, and that's something else goes wrong. You know, I can't keep restarting my Periscopes. I don't, you just have to go out and keep coming back in. I don't know what's going on, but as you can see these, if you can see these in here, I'll put this over just a little bit. There we go. These things ought to come out. Now, the woman that first made this recipe, she tried a cup and she said it was too much. So I'm going to put a lid on there, though, and see if I can get these to do better with the lid on. These ought to bubble up pretty fast. My pan is hot. I know it is. No, I'm not going to restart, sweetie. I won't. Oh. Okay, good. I'm glad it's good now. Because I don't want to restart. I keep restarting them. I did yesterday, and it just takes the continuity of the Periscope and messes it all up because you only get bits and pieces of it that way. I'd rather not start it over. And sometimes the replay will be fine. Isn't that funny? The replay will end up being fine. These are going to kind of go together. Let's see. I'm going to use this spatula. Pampered Chef spatula. Welcome to everybody coming in here, and thank you for coming in. I don't have as many this morning as I thought I was going to have, but I'll accept whatever I get. Put these in. Probably put this up a little higher. Thank you all. for being here. And welcome to those that are coming in. I hope you get some value out of this. I try to do the best I can. I'm not a perfect cook, but I do try to do the best I can nonetheless. And people seem to enjoy my scopes. I probably won't do one this afternoon now that I'm doing one now. I wanted to get my pancakes made because I promised you I would do them, and I want to make sure I get them. It's starting. You can see on my lid is starting to sizzle. So these things they got to bubble up here on the top, and as soon as they get bubbled up, because I don't want to try to turn them over if they're not going to be sizzled enough, or if they're not going to be, because if you try to turn them over, they're going to fall apart. I better leave them for a little bit. Let them get bubbled up a little bit more, but these are going to be good. Yeah, I do. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying so. Thank you for saying so. Some people don't think so, but it's okay. I mean, I do the best I can. I'm not a perfect cook by any stretch of the imagination, and I've learned a lot just coming in here and doing different recipes. You learn by doing. That's what they say. You learn by doing, and if you don't do it, you'll never get it right. So I'm going to try to flip these over and see if they're starting to bubble up now, pretty much. This one is. I don't know if I can turn it over without it falling apart on me. I got to be awful careful. I do not want... Oh, I think these are going to be fine. Oh, look at that. Oh, my. Well, I guess they did. Look. Wow. They got good and brown, didn't they? Awesome. I always have trouble with the first batch of pancakes not getting brown enough. I figured I'll turn my pan on when I hit the go live button. It's bound to be hot enough, because you've got to get your pan really, really hot. If it's not hot enough, your pancakes are not going to fry. They're not going to get done. I'm going to push this down just a little bit. They're actually probably a little bit more brown than they should be, but I don't care. Yeah, awesome is right. That's my word. Awesome. Because I love pancakes. And these are pumpkin pancakes, which are even better yet. I love pumpkin pancakes. I love, let's put it this way. I love pumpkin anything. And when I saw this recipe on Pinterest, I thought, I've got to try this. Pumpkin pancakes. I've had pumpkin bread and pumpkin everything else, but I've never had pumpkin pancakes. So I thought I would give it a try. And these sure do look good. I'll put these on my plate. This makes about, by the way, it makes about 6 to 8 pancakes. They say you can put them in the refrigerator, and you can put them in the freezer too. If you put them in the refrigerator, what you have left, you don't use, they said you can take them out of the refrigerator, put them in your toaster, and you can toast them, or microwave. And I thought that's kind of awesome. So I'm going to set this down over here so I'll put this down in here. Okay, now I'll get this out. Pan is really, really hot. I put no oil in here either. You don't really need oil in your pan, really. These are non-stick skillets, so you really don't need oil. This is going to be probably a little bit smaller than the other one, but that's all right. Not quite as thick. And this is the leveler. This is what levels it off. Trying to level it off so I don't get too much in here. It does work to do it this way, though, pretty much. Yeah. Smell-a-scope. Smell-a-scope. That's what we need. We need a smell-a-scope, don't we? We certainly do. We do. Now, these are going to be smaller than the first two, but that's all right. We do need smell-a-scope. I agree there. We certainly do. Get that all over my cupboard, but I'll clean it up. I'll get me something to clean that up just a minute here. Walk away. Okay. Something to clean that up. It's all over. Okay, there we go. Pretty much, and I'll wash that later. Put this in the trash. I'll be right back. There we go. Okay. There you can't see. There's the first two I made. Hi, Linda. Here's my first 2 pancakes I made. And Linda, these are good enough that you don't have to be vegan to even like. And then Sharon, welcome Sharon. You don't even have to be vegan to like pumpkin pancakes. Pumpkin pancakes, everybody would like them. Good to see everybody in here this morning. Thank you for coming in. I wasn't going to do this till tomorrow, but I thought, no, I want to do this today. I found everything I had, and I want to do my recipe. I'm going to kind of pull these apart. They're not ready to be turned over yet because they're not done enough. But I'm just trying to pull them apart. Now, maybe I'll have to leave it alone because I don't want to ruin them. But oh, I know. Hi, good to see you guys. Welcome. I'm going to put my lid back on. It helps. Seems like it helps them get done a little quicker. Now, these are going to be smaller than the other two. The first two but they came out nice. They came out great. Look at that. See how great they came. A little darker on top than they should have, but on the bottom they came out great. But these are awesome. And if you want to know the ingredients, while these are getting done, I can tell you what the ingredients are. It's 1 1/4 cups of welcome to everybody coming in here. 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of white sugar. People know I don't use white. Oh, thank you for the super hearts. Awesome. People know I don't use white sugar. I used cane sugar. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of soy milk, but I use almond milk because you can use that if you want to. I don't use really soy milk. I use almond milk more of the time. A tablespoon of olive oil, 1 1/2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and then 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree, canned or fresh. And I happen to have some, so I just used it. I've tried to keep pumpkin puree in my house all year long. I think that's my last can, so I'm going to have to go buy some more. Because if I want to make these again, I'm going to have to buy some more. I'm not going to have enough. It's awesome though when you can find a recipe that's simple to make. These are kind of stuck together. I'm trying to pull them apart. So if I flip it over, yeah, it's hard sometimes to grab these and flip them over. There we go. See, oh, they got a little bit too brown, but at least they're done. Yep, got too brown again, but that's all right. I'll make do with it. I think I'll turn it down just a little bit, put it on medium heat because it's getting a little too brown. But I'll leave these in here a little bit to get a little done on the bottom. And these things ought to taste. These are the first couple I did. This makes 6 to 8 pancakes. I don't know if I'll eat them all. If I don't, I can put the rest in the refrigerator, and then I can fix them another day where I can put them in the microwave, or you can put them in the toaster, they said, to toast them up. So, but I am hungry for pancakes, so I don't know. Depends on how big they are. Because if they're gigantor, I don't eat that many. So these are not going to be real big. I've just got a little bit, you can say I've just got a little bit of batter left. Oh, no. I got it up on my quick cooker. I'll get that off. I like big pancakes, but if I can avoid getting great big ones and eat them smaller, that's good too. But I haven't got a lot of batter left. This is the 1/4 cup that I used to put it in there. It said use a 1/4 cup of batter, and I thought, well, that's ideal. This is going to be a little bit funny there, but I'm just going to pull these out because I don't want to get them too brown on the bottom. I think, see how these are on see, those are great on the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to put the next ones in there. The whole trick of this, and I've learned it from Alexis and watching her and making these myself, that you've got to get your pan hot. Your pan, if it's not hot, they're not going to do what they need to do. You're going to have problems. You can't flip them over because they won't, they'll fall apart. And I've had that happen, fall apart. And I didn't want that to happen. I want these to be good pancakes, which they will be. Usually right-handed, but I'll just do this with my left hand so I can kind of measure it out a little bit. Flatten it down. Okay. Got a little bit left. I'll just pour it a little bit on here. Just flatten it down. There we go. This got to be washed anyway. So it's going to make a mess, but there. I put it on a lower burner too. Better turn it down some more maybe. Maybe medium's too hot. So turn it down just a little in between. There we go. But you can see these came out real good, except these come out a little darker than they should have, but that's okay. At least they're good and done. They're not falling apart. And I put my lid on to kind of help them get started a little bit so they'll bubble up a little bit more. So how is everybody's day going? I know with my daughter, her day hasn't started out too good. To those that just came in, my daughter lost one of her dogs this morning. He's been real sick. He'll eat off and on, and I told her yesterday he's on his last legs. Well, he died this morning, so oh, you're just starting. Oh, yeah, isn't that typical? We all have something. Yeah, my day's just starting too. This is my breakfast. And yeah, she lost her terrier named Rusty. He was 8 years old, and she's had to buy different food for him. She bought canned dog food. I don't know I told her, I says, it could have been something with his insides that caused him to not eat, but he just stopped eating. He wouldn't eat. He'd eat, and then he wouldn't eat. And this has been going on for, it seemed like a month or more. And she said yesterday, she says, watch, he's gonna die on me. And he did, and she was right, he did. He died when she was gone. So it is horrible, you know. And what's concerning us is the my 13-year-old grandson, how he's going to take it. That you're right. Oh, was it? Oh, well, you'll have to take and throw his pillow away. You don't need it anymore, you know. Thank goodness I kept Chewy's harness, because it fits Sydney, because there isn't any other harness I can find for her. Now, Chewy's harness is for a male dog than a female, but I thought, well, to walk her, it works just fine. Sunday, I got to get him groomed, so I'm going to go take her in there. I'm not going to get anything done with her, but I got to get the other two groomed, and I'm just going to see if I can look for a harness for her, like a pink or a purple, maybe. You know, a harness that'll look more like a feminine harness for a female dog, you know. And she loves to walk, though. It's just that whoever had her before just never walked her. She was in a very deplorable situation. They don't take care of any of their animals. I don't know what the situation was, but they never took care of their animals. They never walked them. They crated them and left them in the crates, and they'd end up lying in their feces and took off his collar. You know, I still have Chewy's collar, I still have Happy's collar, and I still have Sarah's collar. All my dogs that I've passed, I've kept all their collars. Yeah, that's something you do. You take their collars and you keep them as a memorial, because that remembers, you know, just the fact that I posted a picture. It came up on my news feed yesterday on Facebook. When Chewy was still alive and Howie was howling, I had to post that video. If you haven't seen the video and you're following me on Facebook, look at that video, because he tickled me when he howled, and I loved him so much, you know. And I'm still grieving for him, even though I've got 3 dogs. That doesn't make it any easier because he passed, and I'm very upset that he passed. You know, I wish that he was still alive, but the situation of him getting out all the time and digging his way out. Now, the dog I have now, Sydney, she is a Chewini, which means she's a Dachshund Chihuahua mix. They are also diggers too. But, because I watched a video yesterday, but they also like the indoors more than the outdoors. Basically, a Dachshund, now she doesn't have a blanket on her bed, but my daughter's dog, Boo Boo, is a wiener dog, and he burrows under his blanket at night. I don't have a blanket on her dog bed. If I put a blanket on there, she might be a little bit more calm. I don't know. Well, she's pretty calm. She goes right in there and lays down. I'll have to get a blanket for there, but she seems to like it all right without a blanket, so I haven't let it bother me. But I wanted to watch a video and to see exactly how they are, because I'd never had one before. Because I thought Carmen was a Chewini, but she's more of a Chihuahua than she is anything else. Because Sydney has the Dachshund face. She has the Dachshund face and she has the Dachshund ears. They say they can be either way. You can either have the Dachshund face and Dachshund ears, or you can have the Chihuahua face and Chihuahua ears. Unfortunately, she's got the Dachshund ears, which is fine with me, because she looked like when I first saw her, I thought, man, she looks like a black lab almost in the face. So I'm just going to take this, I think, and I'm just going to just take it out with a spoon, because there's not much left. So I thought she looked a lot like a black lab when I first saw her. And I thought, she's cute, you know. And she really is. She's a very quiet dog. I don't even know she's here, because she never barks much, except maybe outside at squirrels or something. But she'll sleep quite a bit during the day like Carmen does. But when I'm not in my chair, she takes it over. All I have to do is pick her up and put her on my lap, and she goes right to sleep. She'll go right to sleep on my lap. She's a cuddler. She loves it. Of course, My other two dogs are jealous, especially Carmen. She gets very jealous because she wants to be up on my chair. When she sees her up there, she jumps down. So she's a very jealous dog. You know, that happens. It cracks me up to see that because, you know, you wouldn't think that dogs get jealous, but she had my, you know, she still gets a lot of my attention, but she wants it all. And now that I'm giving some of it to Sydney, she doesn't like it very well. I have to divide my attention up between her and Buttercup and Sydney. And she doesn't like the fact that I'm not giving her as much as I did. Oh well, it is what it is, but she'll be fine. I'm going to put this lid on and let this get... But that's going to be a pretty good size. But there's my other pancakes. I've got one left in the skillet. They're a little browner than they should be, but they did get done. They did get done on the outside. And I'm going to be... the reason the lady went and used the third cup of pumpkin puree, she said when she used the cup of pumpkin, she said it didn't seem like it got the inside done. The outsides were done, but the inside was real soft. She says, and it was raw on the inside. So that's why she started a cup, and then she kept going down until she found the right measurement. So she said a third of a cup of pumpkin puree works absolutely great and fantastic. So so far this is what I have. And I've got, how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 here. So I have 7. They said 6 to 8 pancakes, so I have 7. I'm going to post these up on my vegan page with the recipe. I'm not saying I'm going to eat all these. If I don't, they'll go in the refrigerator. You can also freeze them as well. I'll put them like that. But they're it's a simple recipe. I love simple recipes. I don't like anything that you know, uses a lot of what you say, ingredients. It's a lot better. The less ingredients you have, the better. And this has got such. Oh no, this is good. I'm going to flip this over. Not the lid anymore. It's not easy to flip over, but I'm going to get it. Come on, let's flip over. There we go. Oh, it's kind of curled up, but that's all right. There we go. But you can see it's good and done on the outside, and it'll get done on the inside, on the other side. But what's everybody's weather supposed to do today? I think we're going to be in the 50s again. We've been in the 50s about every day so far. Started raining again yesterday, which we haven't had rain in a while. Now it's starting to rain again, so I know that's coming. So they didn't get their afternoon walk yesterday because of the rain. So I'll try to get them 2 walks today, but whether they'll get 2 walks in today or not, I don't know. Hard to say. But I find that when I walk the dogs, it helps me too, because I need as much exercise as they need. You know, we all need a little bit of exercise, you know. And well, with my daughter losing one dog, it's going to be a lot easier now to take the other one out to go to the bathroom instead of having to deal with 2 of them. You know, it's sad though. I know how she feels, because you hurt too when you lose a 59. Well, that's not too bad, sweetie. That's close to 60. That's awesome. So it's not going to be too bad today. That's cool. That's better than 25, 30 degrees, because you know, we know that's coming. Now that's eventually coming. I'm just going to put this on here like this. There we go. And I'm going to turn this off. There's my pancakes. There I got 7 of them. And I'm going to post these up on my vegan page. They got a little bit more brown than they should have. I don't like them this brown, but they're okay. They're good and done anyway. Good morning. Welcome. I made some pumpkin pancakes this morning. Very few ingredients in the recipe. If you want to know the recipe, it's 1 1/4 cups of... Let me put this up. Now that I've got them done, I can put this up and you won't look like I'm chopping my head off. 1 1/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of white sugar, and I use cane sugar. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which I use the non-aluminum baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use sea salt. 3/4 cup of, it says soy milk, but they said you could also use almond milk if you want to. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 1 1/2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. It says store-bought or homemade. And then 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree, canned or fresh. Well, I don't have any fresh, so I just use the canned. Oh, hi, John. Good to see you. I said, why do you keep making new accounts? Why are you closing your other accounts out? You keep changing. I can't keep track of you. You keep changing your accounts. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you change your accounts more than I change my shoes. But anyway, John, here's Here's my pumpkin pancakes. They're made with pumpkin puree. It got yeah, that happens. But here's my pumpkin pancakes. And you don't have to be a vegan to even like these, John, because I use cane sugar, but if you want to use regular white sugar, go right ahead. My daughter could even make these. I don't know if my boys would eat them or not, but I'm sure she would. I'm sure Linda would probably eat these. Like I said, they got a little bit more brown than they should have, but actually, they're not burnt offerings. Thank you, John. They do look good. And like I said, you don't have to be a vegan to like them, John. I put cane sugar in it, but you can use white sugar is what the recipe calls for. So you can use your white sugar. I'll give you the recipe. I'll give you the recipe again. All-purpose flour, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of soy milk. But you could probably use regular milk since you don't have dairy. You drink dairy. You can use that. I used almond milk because I love almond milk. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and a 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree. I'm not sure, John. Sometimes when I do a morning scope, I don't. It all depends. Well, wait to see. If I find something to do, I might. I might surprise you, okay? I might surprise myself. But I wanted to do these pancakes this morning because I knew that my daughter couldn't watch my afternoon scope because she's got to go pick my grandson up from rehearsal. He's in a play on Sunday, so she won't be able to watch this afternoon. So by coming on this morning, she's able to see this morning's. But I wanted to do this because I promised you I would do my pumpkin pancakes, and I think they're going to be really good. I love pumpkin anything. If you like pumpkin, man, you love pumpkin anything. I do. I love pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, anything. It's just all so awesome. So very, very good. And I know Linda probably loves pumpkin too. I mean, this is pumpkin season after all. You know, this is the time to eat pumpkin pie, you know, whatever. I know my daughter-in-law will have pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. You know, she fixes something like 8 different pies for Thanksgiving. We don't all get eaten, but she fixes about 8 of them or so. And I'm thinking, why so much? But anyway, she fixes a lot of pumpkin pie, a lot of different pies, you know, chocolate pies and stuff like that, which I don't eat those. But good morning, Crystal. Good to see you. But here are my pancakes. I got them all done. I got 7 of them. And I'm gonna be getting off here in a little bit so I can go ahead and eat these because I want to take a picture of this so I can post it up on my Facebook page. Good morning. And I do apologize if I don't get the things up on my page very fast. I get to doing other stuff and I get sidetracked. So if I don't get them up there right away, they eventually do get up there. And I try to put them up on YouTube as well. The one from yesterday I'm not even going to bother with because I've done chickpea salad before, so I'll leave that one go. But this, nobody's ever seen my pumpkin pancakes. I've never made pumpkin pancakes before. I've made other pancakes, but not pumpkin. So I know these are going to be good. I know they're a little brown, but yeah, maple syrup. I do have that. I also got agave. So I probably use agave on it. I love agave. So these will be really good. So I think I'm going to close this Periscope up so I can eat these for breakfast. Yeah, it does, doesn't. So I'm going to close my Periscope up so I can eat these for breakfast before they get cold, so I can post this up on my page. And I won't walk the dogs now. I'll wait till after I talk to my daughter and walk the dogs. But anyway, I want to thank you all for coming in this morning. And I might come in this afternoon. I'm not really sure. Just wait for the whistle. You'll know for sure if I'm on or not. So until we meet again, take care. God bless. Love you all. And bye-bye.